Hello, I'm Waxela Sananda, and today I'm tuning in to answer a question specifically from Paula. And I did a question and answer the other day with Yannicka Oines. She has wisdom from North, and I am one of her membership group teachers. And she has a beautiful membership. I highly recommend you check it out. It's only open periodically, but I'll give you updates. If you're on my email list, I will update you next time it is. And so I did a question and answer the other day, and what happened was we missed a question. And so this question was submitted after the fact, but it's a very good question. So I do not want to skip over it, and it's worthy of its own video. So I'm tuning in today to answer specifically this question from Paula. Thank you, Paula, for this question, and I hope I'm saying your name right. So, Paula asks, I'm very interested in planet Sirius and the souls from there. I'm wondering if you are channeling them, and if you do, what's the most important message that they want to give humans and their own star seeds here on the planet Earth right now? I appreciate these questions so much. So, in order to answer that question, I definitely will want to tune into my connection to Sirius, and I'll preface that with I am partially a Sirian star seed. My first memories, my first off-planet memories are Sirian, and the Sirians have a lot to do with the Lemurian energy, and particularly my memories, my strongest memories of Sirius come from the planet Sirius B, which is a water world. And in the water world, I have a lot of lifetimes there as dolphin and whale, particularly whale energies, beings and lifetimes, as well as mer. And mer means, you've heard of mermaids and mermen, which sounds kind of funny, but they are real beings. They're just of a different dimensional frequency than we are as humans. So sometimes humans can tune into that dimension, generally when they're out at sea and kind of delirious from being out at sea for quite some time. It changes the state of consciousness, it changes the state of mind. And so sailors will usually be the ones that see the mer people because they're not in the normal 3D earth land thinking mind. They become more merged with the mer life, and that also, that state of being at sea has you kind of in between in the movement of the water, and being on a boat for a long period of time also gets you more into the spirit of mer life. And that is why I believe that it's usually the sailors that will be the ones that see mer people. Occasionally they're changing their frequencies, changing their state of mind. So my awareness is that these mer people that do have an existence here on the planet, in water, in the oceans, are of Sirian planet B origin. Um, and just of a higher frequency than most humans are able to see and connect with. So if you do feel a strong kinship with mer people, mermaid or merman, you can tune into that experience by really tuning into your heart and allowing yourself to receive any memories or remember anything. You can simply, in meditation, put yourself in the water, in the experience of feeling. What does it feel like to be underwater? Do you remember breathing underwater? Do you remember possibly some lifetimes as whale or dolphin or fish? There are also conscious beings that are fish-like in their expression and their appearance. I've got a strong connection to them as well, also from Sirius. And so this is the Sirian energy that I'm most in relationship with. There is also Sirius A, that's a much larger planet, much brighter planet, and it absolutely does have conscious beings there. However, my home, my my most recent and long-term home planet is Sirius B. So the information I'll be receiving and giving you is from Sirius B more than A. There's still crossover. So again, just to remind myself here, am I channeling them? They are part of my energetic expression. And so I am able to tune into my connection to them. It might be a little different than what you consider traditional channeling. It's not like I tune into a Sirian being and hear the information specifically from that one being. It's more for me that I tune into myself as the Sirian collective and give you the information from my own connection. So it's kind of maybe just a different way of thinking about the way that I channel that might be helpful. And so just give me a moment. I'll tune into that space and see what comes through as far as messages for this time. Okay, so I will speak. Oftentimes I'm gonna just let you know I see visions and I will speak the vision, and as I speak the vision, more information unfolds for me. So I'm going to begin by speaking the vision that I'm seeing as I tune in. So immediately I tune in, and the Syrian the water world is very purple, more purple than blue. I see the waters having a very purple cast, and the sky is purple, kind of almost like leaning into the whole spectrum of purples, magentas, and plum and eggplant, even lots of a whole spectrum of purples beyond what we even are able to see with our human eyes. So when I tune in there, I immediately see the purple ocean. It's, the water's clear, but it's picking up the colors of the atmosphere. And there's a lot of purple in the atmosphere. So that's why that's the first entry point for me. So if you're tuning in and seeing a lot of purple, you might have this Syrian connection as well. And then I immediately go into my whale existence there. And so the first communication is there's this flow that happens. You can imagine being a whale in the water. And a whale is such a large mammal, large density. However, in the water, the experience of that heaviness is much lighter because you're supported by the water, which holds you, and it's like a plasmic water that doesn't make the density feel so dense. So there's a feeling of lightness, of lightness, support, and flow and ease. And so the message, the transmission that's coming through with that vision and that feeling experience is, at this time when things feel so heavy, so dense, so chaotic and difficult to navigate for us as Earth humans, this is a time of remembering that life can be supportive, life can be easy in ease, and life can be flow. And what's required to allow that to be your experience is the releasing of the collective consciousness of fear, releasing your attachments to fear based thinking and thought forms. This world, as in the 3D Earth world, is inundated with intensity of fear vibrations. It's being broadcast through the radio waves, the television, the frequencies, the spectrum of the Wi-Fi and the 5G and the all of the radio waves in the air are having an impact on the collective psyche of humankind. And at this time, if you desire to be of service to the collective consciousness of humanity and of the human mind and of the ascension process into from third dimensional, for many a very low third dimensional experience to some are going ascending to a high 3D experience. Some of you are ascending all the way into a more lower fifth dimensional experience now, and some are ascending even beyond that. And so every one of you as earth humans can tune into your thoughts on the highest level of it's a claiming of sovereignty of your thinking space. So there are some things to be navigated in the realm that you are being inundated with frequencies, and to buffer yourself from these frequencies, there are many things that can be done. If you're only using your mind, it's going to take diligence and it's going to take consistency, and you can absolutely do it. You're very powerful. So you're going to connect the mind with the heart, dropping into your heart center. For many earth humans, the heart center is locked and closed. So there may be some preliminary heart opening necessary in order to drop the psyche into the heart and approach from love first, and allow the heart center to inform your thinking space. Thinking from the heart instead of thinking from the mind will allow you to think from love, to think from connection to all other beings, to think from the space of compassion. This alone has the possibility of raising your frequency significantly. So, from this heart space and thinking from this heart space, allow the heart to expand out around you, creating a buffer or a bubble of, you can see it as white light or golden light, to protect you energetically, creating this buffer, this bubble, and then intentionally disengage from the media, from the news, from all negative frequencies that are being broadcast to you. This may include turning off your cell phones, turning off your devices that are channeling in some of these fear-based frequencies. This may include disengaging from certain information networks that you're used to receiving information from. Tune into your heart center and listen and weigh, is this information for my highest good? Is this information coming from love? Is this information coming from a source that I value and trust and that brings me joy, upliftment, and peace? And if it is not, turn it off. Protect yourself and buffer yourself from those frequencies that would reduce your own frequency expression, and allow yourself to be immersed in the frequencies that upgrade you, that bring you joy, that bring you love. There are many, many, many out there. Unfortunately, most of them are not being broadcast in through your televisions and radio networks. Most of them are from independent sources, but there are many. If you go to your media sources that are such as YouTube and personal teachers and places that you love and connect with, always check with your heart first and tune in from there and allow yourself to feel the frequency before you consume it. Is this for my highest good? Is this uplifting and supportive to my heart? Will this be adding to the positivity, to the uplifting of my frequency, or will it be diminishing my frequency? This is your gauge, and choose those sources that will enlighten you. The same is true with your relationships, your engagements with other people. Choose to engage with those people, within those places, and with those experiences that will uplift you at this time. This is a time of choosing strongly your sovereignty of mind and heart and body. And there are many challenges to all of these things in your world and in your frequency right now. So it is of utmost importance at this time to stand strong in your personal truth and also to be open to constantly upgrading as you gain new information, as you gain new understanding, as you allow yourself to move into your ascension process more and more. Allow your mind to drop into your heart as often as possible and allow the upgrade from there, constantly releasing what no longer serves you in thoughts, in programming, in beliefs, in people, in situations, in work environments, and all of these things. Create an energy of love, enjoyment, compassion, and create in your in on all levels, in your immediate environment. If you have a place where you spend a lot of time in your home, for instance, if you have a home office workspace, make it beautiful. How can you upgrade it? Put images of things that bring you joy. Put images of symbols that bring your mind and your heart to a higher frequency, that remind you of your truth, that remind you of your purpose, that remind you of your personal mission and your reason for being, and to remind you of that which you desire to focus your attention on. And the more reminders you have, and the more beauty and solitude and clarity that you have in your physical environment, the more that will bring peace and alignment to your heart and mind as well. So, additionally, we would say the ascension is happening now. It's always happening now. The frequencies are present now more than ever. And if you wish to engage in bringing these higher ascended frequencies into your body, receive them in your heart, ask for them with your mind, and open to them to receive. They will not come to you unasked. You have sovereignty. So ask with your energy, ask with your beingness, ask from your heart and your mind and your soul for the assistance that you need to be a receiver of divine ascended frequencies. When you ask, you will receive, and you must be open to the receiving, to allow these frequencies into the body, to be anchored into the cellular structure, to upgrade your DNA, to completely eliminate those old programs from the old earth and from the old humanity that you no longer need. Keep asking, keep opening, keep allowing, and keep exploring your world and your beliefs. And as you do this, allow yourself to continue to release, allow yourself to be plasmic and moldable and flowing and open and changeable. Do not be stagnant. Do not be rigid at this time. This is a time of being in flow. Think of yourself as the mer person or the fish or whale or dolphin being that you are in another expression of yourself, and how you flow through the water and you allow it to support you. Allow the environment you are in, the air that you breathe, to support you now. Breathe deeply into the depths of your being. Breathe the support and the divine plasmic energy of light into your cells, knowing that if every breath is able to upgrade you, all you need to do is receive it into the depth of your heart, into the depth of your DNA, and ask and receive and repeat. And finally, we end with great love. We are here to support your process and your journey. When you ask from your heart to receive guidance, we are always here, ever present for you in every moment. We are beyond space and time limitations. We are always available, and we support you, we applaud you, and we appreciate all you are doing to upgrade your being and the entire human consciousness at this time. The one, as one being allows themselves to upgrade, all beings have an easier experience of the upgrade. So when you do your personal work, you are doing it for much more than yourself. Allow yourself to deeply work on yourself at this time. Give yourself grace. Give yourself permission to take time out and integrate the energies that are coming to you so brilliantly at this beautiful time. Receive, be open, allow, and know that you are deeply, deeply loved and supported now and always. And we send this to you as a frequency upgrade and activation across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Allow yourself to receive this activation in your heart, in your cellular structure, into your DNA, and know that you are divinely loved and supported in every breath, in every thought, in every word, and in every deed. We love you. We appreciate you. Namaste. I'll end there. Thank you, Paula. Thank you to all who are listening. I hope this was helpful to you today. And I love to answer questions. So if you have a question about this or anything else that you feel you'd like to hear me answer, I would be more than happy to answer that, possibly in video format in the future. So please leave your questions in the question box or the text box below, and do join my channel by subscribing and liking if you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to hear more. And also I'll leave my you have an option to join my email list where I send out contacts and information regularly with what I'm up to, and I'd love to be able to connect with you that way. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much.